As the Dallas Cowboys navigate the 2024 season, it's becoming increasingly clear that some upgrades are necessary if they want to be serious contenders. While Dallas has often been cautious with its draft capital, the team finds itself with a surplus of picks in 2025, resources that could be used to bolster key positions. With injuries piling up and both the rushing and passing attacks underperforming, the Cowboys may need to consider some strategic trade moves to strengthen their roster for the remainder of the season. The Dallas Cowboys could use some changes to their roster to improve their chances of being a serious contender this year. While they seem to value their draft picks more than other teams, they currently have a stockpile waiting for them in 2025. They could use a few to make immediate upgrades for this season. Today, we are going to take a look at a few trades that the Cowboys should consider. Each one of the trade candidates listed below would be able to enter the rotation of players and provide some sort of upgrade. Also, each player listed below could potentially be acquired relatively cheaply. RB Nick Chubb, Cleveland Browns. The Cowboys need to do something to upgrade their rushing attack. Through the first 5 weeks of the 2024 season, they've only had a total of 4 rushing plays over 10+ yards. That's simply unacceptable from an offense that was one of the best last season. It's time to fix this problematic issue. Nick Chubb's 21-day window is opened up to play this year after rejoining the Cleveland Browns at practice this week. He is now a full year removed from a season-ending knee injury he sustained in Week 2 last season. Considering how poorly the Browns are playing right now and the fact Chubb is in the final year of his contract, he could be available via trade. This is exactly the low-risk/high-reward type of trade the Dallas Cowboys should be considering. There is little doubt Nick Chubb would be an upgrade as the RB1, and his impact running the ball would also have a positive ripple effect throughout the rest of the offense. WR John Mechie 3, Houston Texans. Much like with their rushing attack, the Cowboys have lacked explosive plays over 10+ yards in their aerial attack this year as well. They currently only have 11 explosive plays over 10+ yards this year and 15 total as an offense, ranking nearly dead last in the league just ahead of the Chicago Bears. A trade for Houston Texans WR John Mechie 3 could help. Mechie is an interesting case. After tearing his ACL in his final collegiate game at Alabama, he was still drafted in the second round by the Texans. Then a few months later it was discovered he was suffering from leukemia. Now fully healthy, he is buried on Houston's WR depth chart and seeing very little playing time as a result. This is another low-risk/high-reward type of trade the Cowboys should consider making. John Mechie is a talented WR that has unfortunately had a run of bad luck to start his career. He can play inside or out and has a really good understanding of finding the open space in the passing game. He could be a nice complement to CeeDee Lamb. DE Joshua Uche, New England Patriots. The Cowboys' defense took a huge hit with Micah Parsons and Demarcus Lawrence both injured in a Thursday night matchup with the New York Giants. They did go out and sign KJ Henry to add much-needed depth, but even with him in the mix, the depth at the defensive end position leaves much to be desired. The Cowboys would be wise to continue stocking the DE cupboard by trading for New England Patriots pass rusher Joshua Uche. He's only 26 years old and is entering the final year of his contract. The 6 feet 3 inches, 240-pound DE currently has a pass rushing grade of 74.0 according to Pro Football Focus, PFF. Uche would immediately help for however long Micah Parsons and Demarcus Lawrence are sidelined and would give the Cowboys the much-needed depth they need at the DE position for the remainder of the season. Dallas as a whole has struggled applying consistent pressure to opposing QBs, and this trade would go a long ways in helping. Whether it's adding a dynamic running back like Nick Chubb, a promising receiver like John Mechie 3, or a pass rusher like Joshua Uche, the Cowboys have several intriguing options to explore. These potential moves could provide much-needed depth and explosive playmaking ability to a team that still has a shot at turning the season around. The question is, will Dallas make the aggressive moves needed to capitalize on their title window, or will they continue to play it safe as the season slips away?